to Sierra Leone. Stephen and I are on our way up to Kabbalah to visit our children, and we're going with the Gentry family. Stephen, you making it okay?
Yeah.
Good.
It's probably one of the worst roads there is. There's places where even four-wheel drive won't make it in the rainy season, but now in the dry season, it's not so bad. It's just 2 miles an hour of bumping along.
You guys behind the back stuff. Maybe he didn't think it was a good...
Yeah, you have to come behind.
Kick, Aaron! If it goes over the base, you can't kick it.
Jesse, I thought Timmy do it. This one.
Good. Oh, good. You're on. Good boy.
Okay, no, we don't count that.
Slow it down.
Emily, stand about right here.
Oh, Ronnie!
Run!
Get up first, Emily! Get up first!
Oh,
did you just get to throw it?
Good.
Oh!
Here, back!
2 out. That's 3. Is that? We're up, guys. Okay, we'll get our turn next time.
Who didn't get to do that one? Yes.
Go right, guys.
Ruth got out and played kickball with the kids. Marky Pearson's just spotted him a frog. Did he get it? Did you get it?
Mm-hmm.
You gonna fish him out?
Yep, Michael will.
Mike Ullum's gonna get Marky Pearson's frog here.
Find it first.
If you can find it. Well, we better get going.
Down into the swamp.
Yep.
Oh, another one got away. Church at Kabbalah. Stephen's birthday. Stephen, how old are you? 6. 6 years old.
Take it out of your mouth.
You sure you're not 5? Not 6.
Stephen, who's going to come to your party? Should we introduce all the people that have come to your party tonight? Who's your friend here?
David.
David, look at your daddy.
David.
What do you and Stephen do in the daytime usually? Huh?
Oh, everything.
Okay, maybe the rest of the people would like to introduce themselves and tell just where they're from in the States
Okay.
and what they're doing.
These are all the guests at Stephen's birthday party. Who's this fella?
I'm Mike Lair. This is my wife Vicki and our boy Joshua. I work as the maintenance personnel for the hospital. My wife works as the nurse, and Joshua keeps us all in line.
Uh-huh. And Vicki, what do you do here besides work as a nurse?
Oh, I'm a mama.
I hear you have new little girls, is that right?
Yes, we do. Her name is Mutinta,
Uh-huh.
and she's a chimpanzee.
A chimpanzee, okay. And she couldn't come tonight, right?
That's right. We left her at home.
Oh, I bet she'd like it.
If the people know who I am, so we'll
Okay.
pass on your wife.
We'll pass on this one. This is the guest of honor's father. And Ya, who are you?
Your wonderful wife.
Oh, okay. And we've already seen David. And Joshua's getting in the second time.
Oh.
Yes, Cindy, what is your job here?
Hospital business manager.
Right. So you keep us all straight. Cheryl Edwards. Cheryl, what are you doing here?
I'm working as a nurse under Wesleyan Hospital.
Come on in, Ella.
Very good. And you're in the dispensary and hospital both, right?
I'm Andrea. I'm in Australia. I'm the only one from America here.
Oh, that's why you talk funny, huh?
Yeah, that's
okay.
why I'm funny. And I'm here as a gospel co-worker for 1 year too.
Very good.
I'm Carol Earl from the States.
She had to look at everything.
And you are?
And I'm working as a nurse here.
As a nurse. Presently the matron. And next we have,
I'm Evie Hay, and I'm also a nurse.
very good.
Oh, no.
And then we have Ella Murley
Ella Murley,
from
California.
California, also in Wesleyan Gospel Corps. Now, so
Right.
very good. Well, that's it, Stephen. There's all your guests.
Stephen, why don't you come and show the people your cake? Let's go lift it up. I'll help you lift it up here just a little bit, okay? Maybe go through it.
I want to know who made that cake.
Oh, yeah. Who made the cake? What do you tell Aunt Vicky? Huh?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Uh-huh.
Oh, and Vicky made the cake.
And listen, Stephen, how many candles do we put in it?
6.
Okay, we're going to let you choose the color candles that you want. We have some blue ones and some red ones. And we have
Donald
white.
Duck.
So you choose which one you like.
You make a white
Stephen,
one.
tell Uncle Dan who that is. Stephen, tell
Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse.
Yes.
Okay.
What else do we? What other color ones do you think? Should we light it here a minute? Okay, Stephen, that's how many? Huh?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6. Okay. Oh, we blew it out, didn't we?
David,
Let's go
wait.
take one more here. We'll just get to know it. Don't blow it yet. You gotta sing first.
Let Stephen blow it, David.
Okay, we're just gonna sing first, okay? Okay? Okay. Here, hold your cake. There we go. Let Aunt Vicky start us out, okay? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Stephen. Happy birthday to you. What's your wish?
I don't want to take a wish.
Oh, you don't want to? Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, then it won't come true.
Almost. Oh, very good. Okay.
Welcome, Ruth.
Well, hello, Dan. I'd like to have you come on the tour of our house and just
Okay.
see how we live here in Kamakwie. Come down here and see this end of the veranda. Again, where you'll see we have storage area for several people. The refrigerator goes to Medina, and the Leslies are on vacation, and so we have to keep that here for a year so the rodents don't get in it and watch it. Then the bikes are all here. Our house has 4 bedrooms. Bedroom, as we call it, is the place where David sleeps. And again, we usually have several of the drums stored in all the different rooms because we don't have a separate storage. This used to be the room when anyone came to the compound that was sick, but we've converted it now into our storage 4th bedroom. The other thing that's quite different about living out here is how we preserve our food. And I'd like to show you our refrigerators. This is the fridge we brought out in 1982, and the Barkers raised the money for this fridge, and we find that we don't have electricity here several hours of the day, so we have to work on a kerosene basis. So every 3 days, I have to take out this funnel, and I have to go over here, and I have to get the gallons of kerosene like this, and I have to fill them up, fill up the kerosene about twice a week to keep this refrigerator running. Just to watch how the flame is, and the flame is down here, and how the burner is actually burning the amount of kerosene that's in there, and to make sure that it's clean. The arrangement of the kitchen, it's off from the rest of the house. It's adjacent to that back bedroom. Our cooking is done on a propane gas stove. This is a Montgomery Ward stove. We have propane gas tanks like this that we're able to get in Freetown, and they take these gas tanks down to the capital city and they refill them and we bring them back up. Now, one of the problems is that the supply of the bottled gas is very rare right now. In fact, we usually would go through one of these tanks in about 3 weeks. However, we've only had 2 tanks supplied to us in the 6 months that we've been on the field. So you can see we rarely use this. The oven is the only thing that gets used on here for the gas tank presently. We just keep it for our baking. But we're thankful for other means, and that is kerosene. Kerosene is much more available here, and I'd like to introduce you to my cook. C.A.? How you doing?
I'm Kamakwie.
Well, why don't you show them, C.A., how this stove works? Come around here and we'll explain a few things to them here. Take out the bottle here, C.A., and turn right around and show it to the person that's interviewing our house here.
So this is the first step for do. If you want to cook with the stove, you first fill up the bottle first.
That's with kerosene.
The kerosene.
There's kerosene.
After fill up the kerosene, the bottle, so then you can start. Then you open or make sure for see the kerosene run through.
This will take care of our boiling of our water. You can see the pots do become black at times, and that's just because of the way, again, we cannot depend upon the quality of the kerosene, so we have that problem. But we also have a wonderful way of baking our food. Let's take this up, C.A. How does this go? That's right, that works here. And this second burner here is our oven. And we have two of these, and that seems to work quite well. And he has to regulate because the temperature is really high, he has to change them and shift them around now and then. But we do have electrical tea kettles when the current's on. We have two types of current here. In Sierra Leone, the current is a 220 current, like the British current. But we have built in also, we've wired the house for a 110 current, so we can use our American appliances. See, there's something else that's quite different about here than overseas, and that's the preparation of our beef. Take that out, C.A. You tell them what that is, actually. And this is the other type of, we'll go back here to the countertop a minute, and we'll show you how we do this. Okay, don't you?
Yes.
Okay, and then the beef usually comes back in a large pan like this. And it's all just right fresh like you'd have right from a butcher, just a large hunk of beef, isn't it, C.A.? How many pounds do you usually buy at one time?
Well, one time, so sometimes 15.
15. Now, this hunk here is a nice piece that we can take and put right in this little oven here and make a nice little roast out of, and we can have a nice American dinner with that. If we're making sloppy joes, our beef has to be ground, and I have a commercial grinder here in my pantry. I'd like to show you my pantry now. Basically, these are all of our American foods, and we have our vegetables and our canned meats, usually which consists of tuna fish and hams, corned beef, and chicken, and then the other vegetables, the corn and the carrots, and the green beans and the yellow beans, and we have some American fruits, the pears, and we have peaches down here. I have at home, I should say, you shouldn't need to have at home, a kerosene lamp. And these are very much a part of our life every day. We use these. The matches are somewhere right on wicks, right here of course, but we light them like this and put them on. Be careful that the mantle doesn't break. The mantle is very easy to break in these things if you're not real careful with them. And then you'll have a nice light like this. These get very warm. It's Christmas time here, a wonderful time. And Robin, how you doing?
Fine.
Fine. Marky, when did you get home from Kabbalah?
A couple weeks ago.
Couple weeks?
All right.
A couple days ago.
Okay, look at Uncle Dan here. He's taking a tour of our house. And what have we been doing the last few days?
Going to the game park.
What is up there?
Fish.
Fish? And how many did you catch?
2.
2. Good. Okay. And who's here? Who's this person right here?
Robin.
Who is he?
Robin Cisse. He's my friend.
Okay. Robin, do you want to greet the people? Look up at them.
Couche, Robin.
Sure.
Robin, what class are you in?
Class 7.
Okay. They call it class here. It's grade 7. Okay. And David, how about you? What you been doing lately, friend?
Hunting.
Hunting. Okay, whose stockings are these? Whose has whose? You picked out your stocking yet?
Mm-hmm.
Which one?
Mine's the middle one.
Yours is the middle one. Stephen's got his name on there. He's got Joy
Hey,
on
wait a
it.
minute. How come yours is the biggest, Mark? You're supposed to have one of the little ones, aren't you?
Well, I'll tell you the story. 14 years ago we came to Kamakwie here, and the next year we had one little stocking. The next year we had 2 little stockings. Well, then as time went on, we had to get bigger stockings because the kids were getting bigger. So now Mom and Dad have the little stockings, and the boys
I wondered if the little ones were
that.
Mom and Dad's.
Our living room dining area here is where we live most of the whole time during the daytime. We have a lot of good times at fellowship. We're on this table with our friends and with our families. Okay, I'd like to show you now how we sleep, and we'll make our way down to the other main part of the house here where the bedrooms are. And this room here, I also use this as my sewing room. We right now have our Christmas drums in here, and so things are quite cluttered again. But we've told you frequently that we sleep under tents, and this is exactly what we mean. The tent that they take out from behind here, we pull this up. Again, it does reach to the floor and protects the kids from mosquito trouble that they would otherwise encounter. The thing that's different is our water supply of how we get our water, and perhaps we should go outside and look at our tank and just look at a little bit of the outside of the house.
Okay, good.
What tree is this?
This is cotton tree.
A cotton tree?
Yes.
And what is its significant in the limbo way of life?
Kuchene for make pillow.
Oh, I see. So you actually call this, it is a soft white stuff that comes out of these trees, and you use them to make your pillows with.
Yes, yes.
That's good.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh,
So that's the cotton. Huh?
They call them kapok, don't they?
Yes.
It's called kapok.
But it comes from the cotton tree.
Kapok comes from the cotton.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's right.
After that, they use them by mantras.
Inside a mattress too. Yes, it takes a lot of those, doesn't it? A number of grapefruit trees. Over
Well, they
on
look
the
like they're
other
ripe.
side, we have orange trees on that section of the compound. This side of the compound, we have a long line of palm trees, and this is the road up to the nurses' quarters. These were real small when I came, but now we're enjoying the benefit of something that Dr. Birch planted probably 25 years ago.
So these were planted by Dr. Birch.
That's right. She laid this all out, all these trees down here, all the way on down to the hospital and to the dispensary quarters. And she now has left behind something wonderful for us.
Well, it is beautiful. And that's
Yes.
the hospital there in the
The
background.
hospital's to the left down here, Dan. And our water is pumped from down in a very large swampy area down here. We have 4 wells. And it comes up and it supplies us here. This is a 400-gallon tank. And this is where our water comes from. This is like a reserve tank. The compound has a large, several 1,000-gallon tank on the other side of the hill. And that's where the water at first is pumped into, and then it comes here to each individual house. Another section here is a play area. Mark and his friends are playing tetherball here. This seems to be quite a fun sport that the kids like here quite well. Right outside of our house, we've taken a piece of pipe and we've just put it right up together, and they really, he just has a great time. Would you ride your bike for Mommy? Please? Oh, take off on your bike. It's just the last couple of weeks you've learned how to ride it real good, haven't you, honey? Look at Mommy. Stephen, look at Mommy in the camera here. Tell Aunt Mary, say hi, Aunt Mary.
Hi, Aunt Mary.
Say I can ride my bike good. Oh, you don't want to? Okay, just go ahead and go then, honey. Gosh, yeah. Go ahead and start it over again. Remember, there's a lot of gravel right here, Stephen, when you first start out. This is a good snapshot because it shows you he has a little time taking off on it now and then.
Go.
And away he goes on his bicycle. He rides all over the compound. And it's really bright out today. It's about 1:30 in the afternoon. Stephen, you're doing real good. You can stand up now when you pedal too, can't you? That's real good, Stephen. That's very good. Okay. Do you have a friend up there? Stephen, who's your friend? Is your friend here? There, now David and Mark are together here playing the game. And got caught up in the tree, it looks like, which frequently does happen at school. Kids got all in the upper 80s and 90s. So we're glad for that. They're studying hard, they got good work habits, and they seem to obey their, yeah, Stephen, go ahead, you may get an obey, seem to obey their teachers okay. And we are zeroing in on the thermometer just to show you what it's like here in the shade. We are now at 96, 95, 96, and it's 130. That's in the shade. Stephen just went and got David's watch. Are the kids? That's real good, Stephen. You can't hit the rope. There you go.
Waiting area. It's about noontime. Dr. Pierson and I and Vicki have just finished up. These are the people that will have to come back after lunch for their medicines and results of their laboratory exams. This is the notorious line 1, where probably millions of drugs have been dispensed. Working today are Michael, Kariatu, and Andrea. Couche, Andrea. How you doing?
That's what's in this one here. Look at this one. Oh yeah, more bandages again. Cheryl, you got that box there? Yeah. Okay, listen, let me hold it up and you go ahead. It looks like we've got some in here, but we need to fill this up a little bit more. Well, this gives you an idea of what we do when all these drums come through. We have to take them to various parts of the working area here. This is a good example to show you how we appreciate it when you sew them together, because otherwise they end up like this part of the time. And so it's really good. Also included in many of these drums we get pill bottles, and I know that we have a place in the States where bandages and pill bottles are sent. A large box of pill bottles comes out, and the cans you see in here are actually cans that we got medicine in, but then we use them for other things a little later on during our work. Bandages, many of them come directly out in personal shipments. We carried about 60 drums of various medical supplies out in our shipment. Okay, Cheryl, starting with the children, what is this medication in here?
Okay, this is liquid iron, and many of the children here are anemic, and we send them home. The mothers mix this in a pint of water and then give that to their children 2 or 3 times a day.
And the reason this is so important is that it's hard for them to carry large volumes of stuff. So we have it in a concentrated form, and your bottles make it possible for us to send it home in a concentrated form, and then they can put it in a pop bottle. That's how they measure everything out. They call it a pint. And this is just the exact amount. Then we have other medicines again that are used. Cheryl, why don't you explain what's in this one?
Okay, this is called benzoyl benzoate. It's for scabies and those types of skin diseases that are common in an area where sanitation and personal hygiene is not always good.
Well, and in America, you'll understand this sickness. Many of you older people, it's called the 7-year itch. It's the same sickness. So some of you had contact with that in your lifetime. Another preparation that we use the bottles for is chloroquine. This is the liquid syrup that the children drink when malaria sets in. And it's very wonderful that we have this in a liquid form, because we can also put it through the tubes of children that have tetanus and other types of sicknesses where they can't take a tablet. Phenegrin syrup, many of the other liquids, again, when the children are convulsing or nauseated and they need to have something like that. So you can see.
So when we get our liquids in large quantities like gallons or 5-liter containers, it'd be kind of impossible to pass them out to the patients without those pill bottles, wouldn't it?
That's right, Dr. Gentry. There's no way we could possibly function out here without having a good supply of bottles like this.
Saturday afternoon here at Kamakwie Hospital. It's one of the few times that things are quiet enough that we can get any work done, like unpacking of drums. Chuck and Ruth have both been out here now for about 4 or 5 months since they came, and they're just now getting around unpacking some of the mini drums that they brought out. The stuff that he brought out has just been a real lifesaver to keep the hospital going. There's no place in Sierra Leone to buy any of these kind of supplies or equipment.
Let's see what is in this area. I don't know how much light.
Okay, you found him. What's he up to?
What you got in here, Chuck? Cheryl, why don't you go in there and see what they're unpacking?
Blankets, old hospital sheets, patient gowns, baby gowns. Also have a used cautery machine.
Oh, great. I didn't know you brought that out. That's great.
That cautery machine we'll take on over to the OR, Cheryl. Maybe the OR guys could come and get that.
Okay.
Okay. Notice here we have also many hours of work that the societies throughout America do, and they make these nice little baby gowns for us for the newborns in the hospital. We also give them, each newborn that comes here, we give also a blanket. And we're very happy for the blankets, the societies that sew them, or some of them purchase them. If they're working mothers, we have a lot of new ones that come, and mothers purchase them. A lot of other supplies that have come throughout the whole time. Chuck has just unloaded here these spinal needles.
Oh, good.
We received many.
We
got many of these we brought out. We also were able to bring out a lot of new charts.
You know, I was just feeling bad the other day. I thought we give excellent service here, but I would hate to get stuck with some of the needles we've been using because they do get a little dull.
Well, that's true. The other thing that we bring out when we get them is the gowns, patient gowns, like these right here. These here came from Berrien General Hospital, where Chuck worked last time. Sometimes we get these from societies. The Pittsburgh Church has sent several out when one of the nurses there from the church got a lot of medical supplies. All the large boxes you see in here are from MAP,
and MAP stands for?
It's a medical assistance program. It's actually MAP International. Dan, you might explain some of the things that we get from MAP.
Okay, well, we order really from 2 places. A drug outlet in Amsterdam called Impasse is where we get a lot of our drugs. The other place is all from MAP, which has its headquarters in Brunswick, Georgia. MAP is a group of volunteers who get overruns of medications, who anytime a manufacturer has more than they need, they'll can send them to MAP for tax purposes, and also they send out here to the hospital for our use out here. As you can see, this is labeled mouthwash. We have toothpaste in here. These are things that are just totally unavailable to these people unless they come through the hospital here. That's the solar fridge we've been waiting on. Just now uncrated, not hooked up yet. But when we get it all fixed up, it will run on the sunshine, which is one thing we do have plenty of out here.
I'd like to do maybe sure bandages are actually being applied.
Okay, let's go over to the wards.
No, I don't need the camera. Give me a couple bandages to carry over. Oh, we've got some.
Hello, hello.
Mr. Manley, you gonna come help us do some dressings?
Look at this fella.
I came from a Pantry some weeks ago, or months ago.
How much? How long ago?
About 2 months ago.
2 months ago. And he's still in traction.
Still in traction.
Has a pin through his lower leg to hold the pressure on.
Yeah.
And each day you change the dressing here where
Then we clean here, then put clean pieces, use betadine ointment, or betadine ointment, sorry. Then here, we clean, use betadine, packing.
And this is the place where the bone was sticking out, right?
Yeah,
So,
I noticed there's another place here, Mr. H. Can you move back? What about this place where the roller bandage is tied around the foot here? What does this do to the foot?
Well, the thing is to elevate the foot, to hold the foot in place.
To hold it so it doesn't hit against the sides here, so sores don't come in place.
Yes.
Another one of the 1,001 uses for roller bandage.
And sometimes when we don't have rope, you'll find that a roller bandage is wound around here, and it holds actually the traction weight here. We have a green rope here now doing this, but this is just filled with water, good old milk bottle here, and we have a lot of ways of doing things.
What happened to this fella, Cheryl?
Well, this man has tropical ulcers.
Tropical ulcers. Does that mean you don't get them unless you're in the tropics?
Well, that's usually true, because only people in the tropics are malnourished enough that they get this type of ulcer. Someone in America that got the same kind of injury to their skin would probably heal quickly because they have the adequate nutrition to do that.
And the treatment is?
The treatment is antibiotics and dressing changes. Okay, he's been packed here.
What type of packing is there in there?
This time he's got Curlex packing. We've been able to get some nice Curlex dressings, and this will soak up and pull the pus out of the wound very nicely. And then we cover it with a dressing of roller bandage to keep it from getting more dirt in there.
Okay.
Let me, Mr. Manley or H, hold up a leg there so she can get it a little bit easier. Actually, he has 2 ulcers, is this correct? I see a lower one down here. Many times there's complications with these, aren't there, Dr. Gentry? If they go deep into the bone area, what happens sometime?
Well, it's kind of a continuum of infection from the skin through the muscle. We call it pyomyositis if it gets there. If it gets deeper, we call it osteomyelitis. And then you have to go in and actually drill and chisel out part of the damaged bone to get it to heal. Those are really difficult cases. We average probably, I would say at least 2 a month of osteomyelitis.
Which is an infection of the bone.
Of the bone, yes. Okay, thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, Joseph.
Yeah.
Thank you, A.H.
Yeah, welcome.
Okay, go
This
ahead,
is
Dr.
Morlock, who's
Gentry.
in charge of our cleaning department, housekeeping department. He has collected wood shavings out of the shop. These are just what Mike Lear and those and Momo Cisse have left over in the shop. Puts them in a bucket and lights them so that they just smolder like this.
Uh-huh.
These go in the latrines to make them smell good. See, we even think about aesthetics out here.
He is now leaving the hospital, and he and Chuck are working together during this term.
Just getting started, they're just being set up. It's about 8 o'clock in the evening. Surgery here at Kamakwie is done around the clock, as needed.
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we pray that you would give us the wisdom and the skill that we need to do this procedure. Pray that this may bring honor and glory to your name. Trust the child into your care in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Pray with the child, that the child God is asleep at this point.
Chuck Pierson is one of the most gifted, dedicated surgeons I've ever seen. Tonight, he's a neurosurgeon. Another night, he may be an abdominal surgeon. Another night, a GYN surgeon. But out here at Kamakwie, you do them all. You don't get a chance to refer anything to anybody, and so you do the best you can.